Whether you prepare Aegon to rule or you cleave to Rhaenyra and pray for her mercy.
And we're back. Special TV Chronicles episode. We're kind of weirded out because we don't hear a loud, like, get us going, and then we're ready to jam. We're in it. House of the Dragon, Season 1 deep dive. We are breaking down the entire season this time. We finally, which is really weird, that Mark hadn't watched this. I mean, maybe he's like in 2022, he's like, I'm going to do a show with two other guys. We're going to break down shows. I need to leave some bones, some meat on the bones. So he stayed away from it. House of the Dragon, Season 1. So we'll go through all the 10 episodes. We will do a bad guy of the week. We will still give it a rating. We'll rate the season as we always would. And then next week, we'll watch Season 2. And then, as these are not like filmed way in advance, they are we'll start our weekly show. It's 8 episodes, Season 3, it looks like, is what is at least IMDb is saying. I assume they're correct. They know actually how many are going to be coming. We'll do 8 weeks of ranking, or just how we do TV Chronicles. Night of the Seven Kingdoms, similar to that vibe, or Last of Us. So Mark, well, first Matt, I'm going to switch everything up. This is going to be wild. Matt, how are you? How was your viewing experience? You got to watch an entire show from start to finish.
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a while since I sat down and watched a whole season of a show. I'm a little bit out of practice on binge mode, since we've been kind of breaking it up, doing 3 shows at a time and stuff. So it was definitely different. I don't know if it's easier or harder, but it was a fun time. My wife got to watch these with me. She's a Game of Thrones fan, so this was one of the few times where she's not just ugh, when she walks by and I'm watching one of our other great shows. But yeah.
You get to walk by the TV. Oh, this show again. Yeah. Probably hears the Justified theme song and it starts twitching. Oh, that's just me. That's just me in the property. I don't know. I hear that shit happen tonight. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's God. Mark, first of all, we'll find out how your viewing experience was over these 10 episodes. We'll see where you're going. But I have a question for you. How are you? And why, back in 2022, you said, I don't like dragons?
Well, I want to address one thing first of all. I would say Matt's wife probably has those tics whenever she hears the bongos, and because she thinks she's hearing the Oz theme song. It's oh fuck, they're doing this shit again. So
we're doing this again. Damn it.
Yeah, she's not a fan of surprise penis popping up on TV.
Very few people are. I just got to be honest. I got to be super into a show, I think, at this point, for me to kind of start from beginning to end. And honestly, even if it's something that I think I'm probably going to like, I kind of wait for the first couple seasons to happen and just kind of, see if it's going to be something which is kind of the case of House of the Dragon. And usually with these spin-off type shows, I never have a ton of faith in them. So, I wanted to hear by all accounts, I think I heard from people I liked that, season 1 was pretty good. And then, after that, we'll see what happens after.
Yeah. Things will happen. I'm curious. We may be divided. We may be linked. Ratings will happen at the end of this. We'll see wherever it goes.
Mark,
so much.
Ask Cody how he's doing and how his viewing experience was.
Yeah. Cody, how you doing?
Thank you, beautiful Guns Minjaka. I'm great. I haven't watched this probably since right before season 2 came out. I rewatched season 1. I have, and there's lore from the show if you don't watch our show weekly. But I don't watch TV shows. We all know that. I don't do the week to week. Mark and Matt just will randomly wake up, like watch an episode in season 5 of a show and be like, you know what, let's start from the beginning. So I only do select. Well, this show is the only reason I will do week-to-week shows. This kind of has made me be a week-to-week person. Because I've actually like started watching some other shows like in TV Chronicle style. I don't just watch like I won't binge it because I'll let it last a little bit. But yeah, these are the hells that I've because I love Game of Thrones, so I'm stuck in it week after week, and I'm miserable. That's what season 2 pissed me off so bad because I waited. I did week to week to week. I didn't. I was told myself I'll wait 8 weeks and then I'll watch it all. And then episode 1 aired. I was like, I'm going to be here, and then I'm here for the whole ride. So, but I'll say we just did Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Well, that was a week to week. I enjoyed my time throughout that show, so I'm curious how we're all going to get through here. But I guess it's time to go well before Game of Thrones. Do we know how many years before the accounts of Game of Thrones? Do we know that? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, man. I didn't know if you looked it up.
At least it's like 100 years before or something like that. Might be
that's
more.
Yes, but we'll get into it. I'll find that answer while Matt does his thing where he talks about the first one. So.
All right, so we're going to kick it off with episode 1, The Hairs of the Dragon. Viserys hosts a tournament to celebrate the birth of his second child, and Rhaenyra welcomes her uncle Daemon back to the Red Keep.
It's approximately 200 years before the tales of Game of Thrones. So, House of the Dragon, Targaryens, basically similar to what our other show was, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The Targaryens are still on full display. Less dragons, right? They didn't have as many. They didn't have as much dragons back then. And the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I believe. I don't believe we see.
Well, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I don't think they had any dragons anymore. That was like when they're done with the dragons. So they're still holding on to their power a little bit, but it's starting to wane a little bit.
An account of trying to bring dragons back, and that will be what season 2 or season 3 of Night of the Seven Kingdoms will be all about. I'll tell you. I guess we can say this because we have. Well, I don't know. Seen a dragon fly over Westeros and see like the old like school Westeros before like the stuff that we see from the accounts of Game of Thrones. Before you guys will see what we've talked about in the show, but like stuff that's burnt down clearly and not the same, like the old dragon pit and stuff like that is really cool just to see back in the time frame. By the way, I just don't fully believe that there are people with sticks and stuff can get these dragons into pins. I like the thought. I just don't believe it very much at all. Like, aha, get this thing breathes fire. Like, application you guys fill out. But these guys will know I'm an absolute slut for a dragon. It gives me like just like I absolutely love seeing a dragon on screen. So so it was really cool to see that back happen. And then basically like the reign of like how he became king of the situation, and like I love looking at the high count, the small council is still the thing. Like, there's just so many cool characters that are all around that I think it's really cool to bring that back. Because I think going back to Game of Thrones, you get a little fearful of like, can you capture the house magic without the stars of the original? So, yeah, I thought it was really cool.
And I think this episode did a really good job, too, of kind of like establishing a lot of that backstory, like right out the gate, talking about how we almost had a queen, but the people would not really accept having a woman on the throne there. So it kind of went to a person who didn't have as strong of a claim, and then just kind of introducing all these new characters for us. And I think they did a really good job of it in this first episode.
This may be I may have a really stupid question, but there's a house in this that we don't really hear much of in Game of Thrones, right? The High Towers are not of, like, they've been like put into different, like, married off, but that's not a brand, the house through the times of Game of Thrones, correct?
Yeah, no, there's a couple of families in this that are major players in this, but we don't really hear very much about them in the future shows. So I don't know if that's a spoiler for what happens to their houses, but we'll have to see. Actually, even the Targaryens, really, they kind of like went through a down period kind of after all this stuff. And it wasn't until Dany comes back into things. But yeah. Mark, what did you think your first entry into this world?
I was definitely intrigued, like going into it, and I was thinking to myself, this does feel different than I think kind of what I've seen in Game of Thrones before, and I couldn't really put my finger on it. And honestly, kind of hearing y'all talk now, it's just kind of made me think, this is kind of more. It feels more traditional fantasy than I think we're kind of used from getting from Game of Thrones, where like this is kind of more how we expect kind of a sort of king succession story to go, and how people would try to act honorably, and such. Like which, in all honesty, like first like knee-jerk reaction felt like maybe would have not liked it. It's honestly a nice change of pace. It's a nice change of pace, especially kind of how things would kind of regularly progress. And honestly, on the outset, I wasn't second guessing people's motivations right from the jump, which honestly was a nice trap that the show set in the beginning.
Yeah, I think I mean, this will be a theme that you'll get from me from the entire 10 episodes. It doesn't really change my theory. Otto Hightower is an all-time like Game of Thrones character. Love him, hate him, whatever you can. I think that's just what I'm always worried that the political games of Game of Thrones can't be replicated or duplicated, or the power struggle. How do they keep it entertaining? And I think even 200 years, like the hunger for the throne and power is a tale as old as time. Like it can go as long and as hard as possible. And I think it's interesting because also theme for this the thing, they kind of don't waste a ton of time because there's significant time jumps throughout this season that we face, and it's in season one where I mean he's born, like he rises to the king powder, and then when we meet him again, like he's older at that point, and now he's got like a wound that won't heal, and they're like his health is like slowly on the decline that you can already kind of see. So it's kind of that game of like, and his wife's pregnant. So they're looking for a succession, like the plan's already in place, like all these things are, and then you just look around and see all these people, and it just like everybody in the shadow just looking over, like, if she doesn't have a son, like who's the next person, like what we do. So yeah, I think it's interesting,
and I love the options that he has. It's either his daughter, who is fine,
child that never has been done before.
Yeah. Or his brother, who is a psychopath.
The first time we see David is him in that montage of like putting on the King's Guard and going through and collecting every thief and chopping off parts and putting them in a bucket. It's just one of the most unhinged. Like, who will you pick? I don't know. I'm really hoping
a good sense of justice. I mean, thief, you lose a hand. Rapist, you lose some other stuff. I mean, it seems pretty fair.
I'm really hoping you have a son in there, because if not,
I will say, like, whenever Braun was made, the City Watch, it from what he told us, it seemed like he did kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I was reading it in a book one day, and it seemed like a really good thing. But like, just the hacking off a limb, because I'm like, okay, maybe this will be more political, maybe more fantasy with the dragon level, but less brutality. Maybe that's what we'll see. 20 minutes in, chopping off a limb, putting buckets in there, and him just satisfied. I'm like, okay, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. All right.
And then, of course, the true Game of Thrones show, they got to throw a tournament in there. and get some pretty gruesome fights going on in there.
I just love when Damon returns to the small council, and they're like, "You're a part of the kingdom. Like you can't do that." And Otto Hightower's like, "You can't just go around slicing people." Seemed to work pretty well. Crimes down, like he just doesn't care. It's just like they have no idea what would happen. But yes, the tournament is great. Yeah, gotta have a tournament, gotta have blood, gotta have somebody get beat up. Damon we thought was gonna win the whole thing, and then Sir Christian Cole beat him down, and guy's got an anger issue too. We can kind of tell that already. Like, so there's a lot of people
in this first episode.
I guess that's true. Time will tell.
And then, of course, the tournament's intercut with the Queen giving birth to what was going to be the King's first son.
Medieval C-sections weren't a thing. Yeah. It's proven to be the case. It wasn't a thing because the baby doesn't live, and neither does.
Yeah, because they pretty much tell the king like, if we do nothing, they're both gonna die. If we cut her open, maybe we can save the baby. So like that's kind of a tough choice to throw on somebody.
Yeah, so you get this. They're all like celebrating the thing, and they do the whole the burial and all that stuff, which, I mean, pretty fucking sweet. Like, hey, Dracarys, like, fucking flame up mom, all right fucking now, baby.
When all said and done, we're gonna have to rank Game of Thrones funerals, because it seems like every family does different funerals.
Like that motherfucker, that big ass dragon came crawling around the hills. Like, this is the most wild, hardcore fucking funeral I've ever been to. Dude, I went to a funeral that had a fucking dragon. They had a dragon, man. But no minute. Body is still ashes. Just turned to ash. Gets to the small council. All right, we need to talk about your fucking succession plan. My wife just died. I get what you're saying.
I know, but
but what happens if you die? Do you have an answer? Because I kind of would like to have an answer.
Like, I'm trying to avoid Damon becoming king, so we need to figure this shit out.
Yeah, Otto's like, I can do a lot. I can't deal with that. So, and they're like, oh, you could just pass it down to her because, Valerian, is that the house?
Like Valeria or Valeria, something like that.
Because she was like basically saying, she was like, you can do this, like you could pass it to your cousin, like she has the blood of it, or she can take the rule if you want to pass it to your daughter's way too young, like that shouldn't, and it's never been done before. We can marry off into somebody else and like pass that and try to get another. We'll get you another like person to marry. And they're all just sitting around. He's like, motherfucker, my wife just died. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry if I'm not looking for a wife right now.
And that's not even the worst thing that Otto does in this episode.
Oh, not even close, yeah. Hey, daughter, why don't you go hang out with this 70-year-old man for a little bit? His wife just died.
Just comfort him a little bit. Maybe throw on one of your mom's nice dresses, too, when you go.
Oh, yeah.
Why she look good?
Dude, we're in the fucking field of just, like, sexual advantage. Like, it's wild. Like, hey, go get daddy the throne, all right? Go get daddy.
And what's funny is we get an episode later. Turns out she may have been the better option of the two.
Yeah.
Oh. And then Damon and like the king, King for Viserys. Viserys, they don't get along long at all. There's a power struggle there. And it's like,
well, especially when like Otto tells him that like Damon was like at a bar or something, talking about hair for a day with your son that like died and stuff.
It's like, you told about my wife. Just fucking joke, man. Like, why are you so mad? Like, way mad?
And of course,
And
Damon's
then-
mad is like, yo, my brother, you never asked me to be like hand of the king. I would be much better for you than this Otto guy. I mean, you're a weak king. I would help protect you.
Well, then then was like he talks with Rhaenyra and talks that he wants to make her the heir to the Iron Throne, right? Is that what's happening
Yeah.
at the end of this episode?
Yeah, then they make all the lords come and like pledge their loyalty to her. And then, of course, at the very end of the episode, we get our Game of Thrones tie-in, where Viserys brings his daughter in and like tells her about the dream that I guess their forefather or something had about a song of ice and fire, and about how we need to have a strong king who can unite the kingdoms for when the darkness or whatever comes our way from the north. So,
Yeah, to make sure the heir to the Iron Throne basically ignores all the wishes. And yeah, Mark, what's your thoughts on episode 1?
No, it was. I definitely liked it. It was pretty good, and especially and kind of doubling back on at least the political stuff. And I know I mentioned not necessarily questioning people's motives. There was at least a little bit from at least that Otto Hightower guy a little bit. Even though I think the only reason why I'm not so much questioning it because like the one guy who doesn't seem to like him is Damon, who is just who's a crazy person. Like right off the bat, even though he's what I'd say he's like my favorite character of the show. I mean, he's up there. Like
I mean,
he's just a wild man. Just never really know what he's gonna do whenever he's on screen.
Who's your favorite?
Maybe Damon. I don't know. Like
Jesus Christ!
I mean, he's definitely a wild card. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah. He's something. That's for sure.
But yeah, I do like how it's kind of like it's kind of like in between Night of the Seven Kingdoms and Game of Thrones as far as like how big the story is, because pretty much it's just like this one family. I think this episode pretty much all takes place pretty much in just like the kingdom right here. So it's not like we're jumping from like characters to characters, stories to stories. So it's kind of more focused and kind of what you get with these characters.
I mean, I kind of, I'll ask this question right now. Just like, I don't know if this is when we do.
Sure.
I was kind of curious watching the show. Do you think they could have done this show first before Game of Thrones? Or do you think it's better House of the Dragon came out second?
I mean, Matt can probably attest to this more, but I think like the source material of Game of Thrones was so highly revered and House of the Dragon wasn't.
Well, like House of the Dragon is based more off of like a textbook where it's just like George R.R. Martin talking about like the histories of it going through. So it doesn't have like the POV characters like the Game of Thrones books do. So the show is a good opportunity because it lets you kind of get more into like the characters' motivations and stuff. Whereas like the book that they used as like the template is pretty much almost like a history book, just telling you this king did this and this happened and this happened and this happened. So I think that's a good, they allow them to flesh it out. But yeah, I don't think that kind of lends it to, I think like the story that Game of Thrones had.
I don't think they could have made House of Dragon until they made Game of Thrones to realize what story are like how to tell those stories of those past kings, because they need the blueprint of what it was.
Yeah.
Because like this was like king this became king this and king that became king this and this person and these are his children and the children had dragons and the dragons were this. But like it wasn't like Otto Hightower sat at the table and said, "Fuck Damon," like so they had to like make the theme. So I think truthfully,
shorthand. Yeah,
truthfully, it would have probably worked a lot better because you'd see the rise of the thing. Like I don't know, but like again, I'm a person that's still waiting for Robert's Rebellion. Like I know the story. I know everything about it. You've told me. I've seen flashbacks. But what I want is a season or two of Robert's Rebellion. So yeah, even then, like I love going back and like seeing like I'm okay that we're I know a Targaryen, but now learning characters and you're gonna make me care about these characters again. I think that's what's impressive about this world. He's got it so built.
Yeah, I mean, without, I think the Game of Thrones kind of like fan base and like people who are familiar with what the show can be and what Westeros can be, like, I don't know if this show would work. I don't know if you could show this to somebody before they watch Game of Thrones and it would have the same impact. That'd be an interesting experiment, though. We need to find somebody who hasn't seen any of it and make them watch House of the Dragons first.
Well, Coho once watched Game of Thrones, and after episode 1, he asked me who's the final person to sit on the Iron Throne. I said, "Holy shit! Like, what?" He'd be the kind of guy like, "Hey, can you tell me the day that I'm going to die?" Like, okay, like you want to know the ending before anything? That's wild. Like, are you going to watch the whole show or like what?
I do love though that in this show too. It has like the throne is like the massive throne with all the swords and stuff too.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't seem to agree with the current king. He seems to be cutting himself on it left and right every time he sits in the thing. But
can we try daggers instead of long swords? So let's see.
Can I get like a cushion or something?
God damn! Like, I'm the fucking bloody king. Give me. Can I get a cushion? All right, you guys want to go to the next one?
Yeah, I think we can do that. Episode 2, The Rogue Prince. Rhaenyra oversteps at the small council. Viserys is urged to secure the succession through marriage, and Daemon announces his intentions.
Yeah, I always love like House of Dragon, like just as like or anything. There's a child. There's a man. We need to get him a wife. Age is just a number. That's all I'm looking for. And like Rhaenyra, like they're trying to get what this episode is sort of like the high council, the small council, and like she like overtalks and they're like, get out of here. I'd looked at them, bitch. I'm supposed to be the next successor. Why can't I be in this meeting?
I need to start practicing.
But then they bring she has to like pick the next what is she
Kingsguard.
Kingsguard.
Yeah.
Christian Cole comes in forward. He beat Danny's like, that will work. And Don was like, calm down. Would you like to do that? Nah, this one will work. It's fine. Like,
I mean, he's the only one with actual battle experience. So I mean, that makes sense.
And have you seen this man? He is quite hunky. I would like to have him around. That other guy was old as fuck. Can you please not?
But it definitely clear. So you see Otto's intentions as like, hey, what's going to be like the best family we can get here that's going to help us maintain power and stuff. Where she's like, nah, I mean, he's a fighter. I trust him to protect me. Let's go with him.
And then you basically have Viserys playing Legos with this child to get her to like him try to interest each other, and they hold like touch each other's hands, and there's like a spark, and the entire time I'm sitting there like, go away, like run from your this is a senior citizen and you are a child. You play with your daughter and her are friends. Please stop this.
And Cody's
no,
like,
but Daddy said I could be queen, and Daddy said I could be the queen if I do this, please. Like back in Game of Thrones, like Sansa, hey, here's a boy your age, it's Joffrey. Yeah, he fucking sucks, but he's of your age. It's like back then, you got a 12-year-old around. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because then we got Lord Corlys and Princess Rhaenys then pitch, hey, we have a daughter. We can bond our families together. You know, she would be a fine queen. And then, like a couple scenes later, cut to him walking through the garden with a literal child.
That is a child. He's like, he sits there, is like, no, like at least I want to be like, hey. At least you have a number in your head, buddy. You at least have a number that you stop at.
Mother said I wouldn't have to bed you till I'm 14.
Oh, God. I was like, get me the fuck out of here. House of the Pedophiles. What are we doing?
So he was like, maybe I'll stick with like this maybe 16 or 17-year-old girl instead.
Possibly.
Yeah,
If that.
you're being
Little liberal with that age there, man.
Well, I mean, let's remember, this was when the life expectancy was probably like 30.
that is, you know what?
I mean,
listen, buddy. Listen, buddy. TV Chronicles, we're not giving you the pass.
I'm just gonna say Viserys looks a lot older than 30.
Well,
Much older.
You have to get scented a little bit.
This may be the most disrespectful thing I've said on TV Chronicles, and I've said some things. I didn't know that the kicker from The Replacements had this acting ability. That's all I know him from. There's probably other movies
watch
that are
The Replacements.
I mean, he was great, but this is a whole nother acting level of a character. I don't know it. Probably not. Probably didn't get any Emmy nomination, but I think he's a fantastic character in this show.
Yeah.
Like, just he reminds me so much of like Littlefinger and
It's almost like Littlefinger and Tywin kind of like mixed together.
Yeah, I was.
Thank you. You took the words right out. That's who he is.
Like, I mean, I'm watching the way. I mean, listen, we're gonna go through it here. I'm watching the way he moves and the way he makes decisions, and it's like, oh, this is where the Lannisters learned it from. They learned it from this guy.
Because he just is like them talking about like Daemon and like him taking Dragonstone from his like without permission and like what the fuck, and then like he's like, I'll go, sir, I'll go check it. And that scene, it's so good. Them walking those hills and him coming down, and it was like you're and basically screaming from a distance away, and like I'll go get it from him, and the dragon coming across the like thing is like standing there, like you left one key thing back from where you were. It was a fucking dragon, like buddy, like. Go to Dragonstone and not bring a dragon.
Just flying through clouds. It's just
I mean, and they stole the egg, and it sits there, and then all of a sudden, that's floating through the dragon, and it's fucking Rhaenyra, and she's Rhaenyra, and she's coming through the clouds, and like parks it and walks out and puts her hand out basically and gets the egg immediately from it. It's like, you stole this, is supposed to be mine. Like, I'm going to be the heir. Like, don't be a bitch. Like, basically, give me the egg. And he's like, all right.
You get me. There you go.
Yeah, I did fuck up. Because Otto just like starts fire with fire. It's like, you're married a whore. Like, he's like, hey, you see that dragon? I'd shut the fuck up, buddy. Like, it takes one fire burst and the rest of you are all dead. Like, which also Daemon, I guess, shows some doesn't do what he could like easily done, like killed them easily. What did I say? I said
he's definitely got a soft spot for his niece.
Well, I said if that dragon showed up 5 minutes later, House of Dragon is literally 2 episodes because that dragon has killed them all. Like, who shows up without a dragon? That's crazy. What does he have that we don't have? Not more men.
I mean, because like at this point, she's the only one there at the kingdom that like flies a dragon, because the king has like never flown dragons or anything like that. That's why. So right now, like her and Daemon are like the only ones who actually fly dragons, I think.
Not pretty many much. Dragon riders.
Yeah.
Besides, what's her name?
Oh yeah, the other princess. Yeah, she's got her dragon too. Yeah.
We also didn't like brush over. We didn't spend much time over there, but a lot of crabs eating people. Just brutal, like nailed to these pieces of wood, and like one guy like wakes up as it's ripping into his leg, and like he's like 5, and then like they're talking to Damon and the other
Lord Corliss.
Corliss are talking about taking over this place, and then you cut to the guy like with a weird like mask thing with a hammer just nailing a guy to it, and like I don't know who the fuck those guys are, but I wouldn't interfere with them. Like I just let them go. Like
it's almost like they're like, hey, this is a Game of Thrones show. I think we're gonna need like an action scene somewhere in these first few episodes. And like, okay, we'll throw a mini boss in here so we can get a nice little action.
Well, how long
scene.
is he gonna last? Not long. We're just going to make it a battle that they don't agree with.
Yeah. Yeah, that takes us into the third episode, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so the third episode.
You got something, Mark?
Not right now. We'll have stuff for this one. We're good.
All right, episode 3, second of his name. Damon and the Sea Snake battle the Crab Feeder while the realm celebrates Aegon's second name day. So yeah, sometime like in between these two episodes, I think a little bit of time has passed because the King's already got like a 2-year-old boy. So at least 2 years passed.
I think it was
the battle is
and
the battle is already happening.
They've been fighting for a couple of years here, it seems.
Because there's fire, there's dragon breathing stuff down, and apparently the guy that was the main guy that was just hammering a guy into the thing is still alive and well, and he's still having fun.
Yeah, he's just hiding in a cave whenever the dragon flies by. Which I mean, I would think if you just fly down there and just have a dragon just like fire right into the cave, eventually that would work.
I need you to be very, very sneaky. I need you to hide on the inside. As soon as he turns his head, fucking shoot him. But I love the guy who's just like, we're gonna fucking, and they put those crabs on him. He's just staring at him, and then you see the dragon come down. He's like, "Yes, David!" Yeah. The dragon steps right on him, like, "Yeah." I love the dragon starts bursting fire, and they all just start running. Like, yeah, okay, well, the cannon's out. Not gonna be here anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, but fucking second name day, fucking pregnant woman, wife again. Like he just busy fucking at this point. Yeah, 2 years.
He got the one son. He's like, yes, more.
You know how some shows do like 2 years later. This show goes, figure it the fuck out. All right, we're gonna say second name day. Figure that shit. Just make sure you know.
Yeah, no, Allison and Nero, maybe not less friends.
Well, because last episode he breaks it to her.
Yeah.
He breaks his succession plan. He says, hey, I'm marrying this child. I know she used to be your friend, but now she's your mama. She's your stepmom, so enjoy that. And then the one guy, which he decides to partner up to Damon with his battle, he's like, this is fucking bullshit, basically. I'm out.
He should have married my daughter.
And then Rhaenyra is just sitting there, she's like, Rhaenyra, fuck off. Like, you don't get to just marry. There's a lot of children around here.
I was happy when they announced that wedding.
There's a lot of children around here, and you pick my friend. Fucking weird, Dad. Like, fucking weird, pal.
And that's one of my favorite scenes in this episode when you just get Rhaenyra just sitting in like the little park thing, and she's got like the little minstrel guy singing the same song over and over. It's like an angsty teen listening to a song on repeat.
And then she's like, "You're dismissed." The queen dismisses you, and she's like, "The princess," or she's like, "The princess says to keep playing." The queen goes, "Get the fuck out!" And he's like, Sorry, man. You are a rung lower than this. So. And then she's pissed off. She's sitting there the entire time, and like they're sitting in the back of the thing, and Daddy just getting a little older. He's getting a little harder to move. You can just see him aging pretty bad. But then she's like, you will be here and you will have fun and you'll celebrate. They're not here for me, pal. Like she's like, I don't know why I have to do this shit. I'm not here for anybody.
But she's got like guys left and right talking about, hey, we should like get married. We were introduced to our first Lannister.
Lannister comes up to her and is like, I would like to like see you. And blah, blah, blah. She walks right back in the
Rock
tent.
is
She goes,
so beautiful and tall. It's the biggest tower of the Seven Kingdoms.
she walks back in that tent and is like, I'm not married fucking anybody. It's this fucking weird dude. He is great for your name, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing it. And they start screaming in front of everybody. And she's like, Otto's like, hey, stop. Like he's like trying to present stuff to her, and she's like, I'm not having any of that shit at all.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done that maybe without this whole, hey, let's go have a hunt in the woods, and then she gets mad and she runs off, and Christian Cole runs off with her, and they like spend the night together, and they fight off a freaking what was it, a boar or something like that.
Fucking Send Help got their fucking cheat from this. I'll tell you right now.
But she saw that
Sam Raimi's a fucking fraud.
Yeah, she did see the white stag after the king had to have people like tie down another stag for it to stab.
Robert Baratheon wishes. Like wishing somebody tied the animal down to him so he could not get gored to death.
Oh gosh.
You know, that does make me think, how drunk was Robert Baratheon when that boar killed him? Because like a 15-year-old girl like easily killed a boar that was like 3 times the size of her. Robert Baratheon just gets murdered. Like he must have been like 3 casks of wine in, and like that's the only way.
He was poisoned. Remember?
Yeah.
I thought
he also had like another 200 pounds on her too. He wasn't quite as nimble.
His wine was spiked, and he started drinking when he woke up.
So incredibly drunk and poisoned.
I love when they pull the boar back in after she's been found, and Nero walks by covered in blood, and everybody's face is like, God damn! And then you see Lannister like, I don't know if I want that one anymore, fellas.
It's her, that guy, and then that strong guy was looking at her, getting all turned on.
And then I love that they finally convinced the king that like, yo, your brother, they need some help over there.
Because Rhaenyra comes to him and is like,
help.
Did he ask for it? No, Daemon will never ask for it. It would be his last dying wish before he ever decided. And then all of a sudden he's like, all right, we'll send him. They get the message to Daemon. Daemon gets the message, beats the living shit out of the guy because he's like, you son of a bitch.
Daemon's
and he goes,
I'll fucking do it myself.
Fuck it. He is definitely not getting credit for this shit. I'm going. Goes over. And the most unbelievable bullshit action sequence that has ever existed, ever. He puts the sword up, and he slices them, and they're launching arrows, and he's fast as fuck, boy. He's just running.
He got hit by like 3 of them.
Near the end. They're the stormtroopers of fucking arrows. He's running in a straight goddamn line.
They've been fighting this war for 2 years. They can't be that great.
You know what? That's also fair.
I just think they couldn't believe that he was just making a straight shot over there, and they just weren't prepared for that. For that just insane ballsiness on a guy.
And then the dragon shows up. Who's riding the dragon?
The sand snakes, or not sand snakes, sea snakes' wife.
That was a son.
Yeah, it was a son.
Yeah.
Oh, son. Yeah, torches up the fucking section. They're all chopping, and then Daemon basically, covered in fucking blood, pulls out the guy, like drags out the guy that was hiding in the cave this entire time. Yeah, half the guy. He definitely left the other half behind.
The half that he needed, to say, hey, hey, this is your king guy that's ruling. Like
the deed is done.
Dead.
The deed is done. I got him
I think
off.
the first time I watched the show, this was the episode that like, okay, now we're in Game of Thrones territory.
I will say, like, as far as I think that's the thing that surprised me the most about this season is the scope of it all, and like just because it felt like we had to wait a long time for Game of Thrones to get like kind of big and kind of like, you know, a lot thrown in there. And just seeing I'm surprised at just how much money they're throwing at this immediately. Episode 3, we get a big fight, and probably like by this point, like the 6th appearance of a dragon. Like I knew, like I kind of like that they're not being, you know, all blue ballsy about showing dragons. Like I feel like we see at least
of coming after Game of Thrones is that like, okay, give it all the money.
like we're seeing at least one dragon an episode, just something I did not expect we would get at this point.
Give me dragons, okay? Give me dragons.
Yeah, you can't do House of Dragons and then hardly have any dragons in it.
Yeah, that's called Blue Balls, and that's season 2.
Although that does seem like why the other 2 seasons are only 8 episodes. They're like, listen, guys, we can't just fight 10 episodes of dragons. Like, we need to cut down these. We can give you 8, but you know, we can't do 10 again.
All right, I think that gets us through this episode. Move on to episode 4, The King of the Narrow Sea. Rhaenyra continues her search for a suitable match, and Daemon returns to King Landing, stirring more trouble for the king.
This fucking episode, God.
I love that it starts with a reality show of her looking for a suitor, and she's got like the line of all the people coming up. And she's like, nope, next, nope. Then you got a little kid comes up.
the most brutal tender you'll ever see in your life, because that old guy comes up and she's like, "Did you meet? Were you friends with him?" My grandfather. I'm like, no, that dude's old. What do you want me to? I'm not choosing that guy. And then a child steps up. She's like, I'm done for the day. Like, we're fucking. This is fucked, guys. That is a baby. My father may do this. I do not. I would like a grown up.
That little kid that does defend his honor when there's a bully, when he just beats the crap out of him and kills someone.
That's what that was funny. Is like the older guys are still heckling the kid because they think the kid has a chance. He's like, I will place you under my protection. She's got the dragon, you fucking idiot.
And they both pull fucking swords out, and she's like, I'm leaving. And she gets on her boat, and then all of a sudden, like, fucking Daemon and his fucking dragon comes flying so close to the boat, knocks her head into the thing. And he has now come back to he's coming back to King's Landing.
Yeah, he comes back. He gives the king the crown that he took off the other guy, and they become buddy again.
Well, he was so wearing the crown at first, which was a bit of that was a bit of a move.
Yeah,
thanks for doing the war that I didn't agree on. Thanks for doing the committing to the war that I didn't want you to do.
But then Daemon decides he's going to surprise Rhaenyra with like a night out on the town. He leaves her like a little costume and shows her like the secret passageway to sneak out, and they just go about and spend a night in the little slums and stuff of like King's Landing. Get to see it play. We're kind of showing like what the people actually kind of think of them.
I remember that when this episode dropped, and the next day, like all the interviews with her, and she's like, "Let me tell you," she's like, because she's like, I'm not a child like everybody claims I am on this show. Like, I am an adult. But she's like, being in a fucking room where people are 69ing and naked and fucking all day long for like 7 hours was a lot. She's like, and me and Damon's scene was like 30 seconds of the whole thing, and we had to be there for 7 hours while they were just boning.
In case you forget, this was an HBO show.
Yeah. They're all banging, and Daemon gets cold feet. Like, they're about to, he starts to make advances. He just leaves her fucking pants down, just escape. Like,
this is like the second time in the show that Daemon couldn't perform, so they don't really get too much into that.
And then, don't worry, while this is happening, it's a nice montage cut into watching the king just thrust upon his child wife.
She doesn't seem to be too excited about
No,
it. But she's doing her duty, so.
for God and country. That's what I'm telling you.
And then Damon got Rhaenyra all hot and bothered and didn't finish through, so she has to go back and like pull Sir Christian into her bedroom there, and pretty much like.
Let me tell you, if that man has oath and morals, it easily came undone fast. Man, reckless abandonment.
Doesn't seem to matter too much when you got a woman pulling your clothes off. Ask Jon Snow.
She did the classic. I got your helmet. I'll shut the door. Want to fuck? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. So they end up having sex. And then Otto gets some whispers, some. What's
he got some information, huh? Like I wonder, why he's getting information.
What did Varys used to call them?
The little birds or whatever.
Yeah, little birds came to tell him, and guess who also overhears this accusation? His daughter. But she's like,
that can't be true.
Damon and her were in the pleasure houses. Basically, it's like, you get the fuck out of my house right now. Like, we are not dealing with rumors. I don't believe it's rumors, sir. I believe it is. Okay, I don't believe you.
Oh,
and then the daughter goes right to Rhaenyra and goes, "Were you fucking Damon in the pleasure house?" And she goes silent.
No.
She goes silent for a second. She goes silent, which mission of guilt, just to let everybody know. And then she sits there for a second. She's like, "No, you have to. She puts her best Sansa Stark on. Really, you have to trust me. I would never. He's like my uncle. I haven't seen him in years. No, we almost fucked. We didn't actually fuck. Okay, being honest."
Oh.
And the daughter, she's like, she doesn't fully buy it, I don't believe. Well, clearly she doesn't believe.
And then, of course, the king confronts Damon about it, and Damon's like, oh, yeah, sure. I should marry her. That'll make this easier for everybody.
I mean, listen, if you only have one move left, and it's a fucking Hail Mary, you just chuck that thing down the field and see if somebody catches it.
I mean, we both have room for the claim, so if you put us together, then hey, we'll have a really good claim for the throne.
That was 30 years. That was 30.
Yeah, the Targaryens, we've done it before. They've married.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
It's not like we're brother and sister.
Well, not at this point, right?
No, they've done it in the past, yeah.
Oh, they have done it in the past.
You said the Targaryens have done it in the past, yeah.
Right, okay. I didn't know, well, where did it start? We learned from the beginning. Because
I think it's
this ball was 30 yards short, picked off, and no defense was left on the field. It was a big six easily.
Oh, gosh. And then pretty much he meets with his daughter again, and he shows her like the dagger that he's always carrying around and puts it to the flame. And it's got some more stuff about the song of ice and fire on there. He tells her, with great power comes great responsibility. You need to kind of clean up your acts, and you're going to find a husband. I'm going to find you a suitable match. You're going to marry him. That's going to be the end of it. I think he tells her she's going to marry the son of the Lord Chorus and the princess over there and stuff. And she's like, fine, I'll do that, but I don't trust that Otto guy. You need to fire him. He's no good to you. He's self-interested and all that stuff. I'm like, fine, okay. So we have a compromise.
And Otto basically gets told, is like, you've been compromised. I don't trust you anymore. Go. And basically sends him away. Which is good because, that's
smartest move the king's made so far.
Trust your daughter. So,
well, to a certain extent, and then he had the maester bring her abortion tea. It's like,
yeah, you can get your morning after tea.
The king says to drink all of it because you.
Yeah, this was definitely, I think, kind of almost like a filler episode, but yeah, it was all right.
I mean, I just like the chess pieces. I like the infight because that's where right now Damon was the main linchpin, but now Damon has brought division in with the other stuff. So that's, I think, what is a proper filler. I think it's a proper filler, just no action.
It's also, I mean, it's also an episode that would greatly affect Rhaenyra's actions for like episodes to come. Like this kind of sets her on a course that kind of fucks everything up for everybody, and just kind of like is the the seeds of of like not deception, but like yeah, I can't think of the word, but it gets everybody it's a thing that starts setting everybody on edge.
So at this point, would you say that there's two sides?
No.
So right now we're all still trying to work together for the common good or whatever.
I mean, think, because in this episode, do they start pitting together her and that Valarian guy, or is that next episode?
I think they say at the end of this episode they say that you're going to marry him, and it's not until the next episode where we go over to a Driftwood. Yeah,
so that kind of solves everything for now, and everybody's kind of on the same page.
The only one on the outs right now is Otto, but Otto still has people in
Otto, and then Damon was also sent away. Yeah. So we had two pieces sent off. Yeah. Okay. I think we can go episode 5. We Light the Way. Speaking of Damon, he goes and visits his wife. And Viserys and Rhaenyra broker agreements with the Valerians. Yeah. So, yeah. Damon goes and sees his wife, which she seems like a nice lady. It's too bad it doesn't really work out. She has an accident while hunting.
Yeah, seemed like a nice lady. You mean you meant to say that in the past tense. Seemed like a nice person.
Which apparently they never even had their wedding night. So they're pretty much just married on paper, really.
Maybe not too smart.
He's hiding in the woods like a creeper.
She's not too smart, because she should have realized that he was there to murder her like almost immediately. Like, why else would he be there?
It took her a few seconds to go for her bow. And then, like you said, this is when they all go to was it Driftmark or Driftwood or whatever. To
you guys talk about him like knocking her off her horse and like stepping on her arm and was like, "I knew you couldn't finish." And then he picks up a rock and goes back towards her. Like, okay, well, at least you don't have to die alone. He's having a horrible time on the boat, by the way.
Yeah. The king isn't much for not being in his bed. Because it looks like, I don't know if it's like leprosy or some other disease he's got, but he's just got all these wounds that don't heal and keep getting worse and worse. He's just not a well man.
Yeah, definitely not doing well, like at all.
Yeah, so they go over there and they make their agreement with everyone. We find out that the guy she's supposed to be married isn't maybe really quite into the ladies. He's got his own friend that he likes to hang out with. But they talk about, and like they come to an agreement, like, we'll do our duty, but then you do your thing and I'll do my thing, and it'll work out for everybody.
He has a severe form of leprosy.
Okay.
So that's what a fictional version of leprosy. But that's basically won't heal, slowly just I do love that Otto and his daughter have like a thing. I was like, I'm sorry, like you did this, like you, but you have to own it. Like you,
Otto's a little bit of a dick.
I love it. I love it. I'm not 100% Team Otto, but like I love this. Like
He's not quite Logan Roy territory.
No. Because his actions aren't 100% justified. Roy's actions were 100% justified the entire season. I'm a billionaire. You want my money? Fuck off. But I love that he's like, you made me. I was a child. You made me sleep with this man, and now you're mad at me because I don't make the best choices. Like, Dad, what did you want me to do? I was supposed to be playing with Bobbies.
Oh,
Let me tell you, the Driftwood Travel is like horrible. Like that place
it's like a
sucks.
nice place though once you get there. Yeah, because this is another one of those families that we don't really see too much of in the Game of Thrones. I don't believe.
We hear stories, like yeah.
Because this is almost like maybe like where the Theon and his family, I think, might have taken over this area going forward. It seems because it seems to be like around the same area, dealing with all the ships and stuff like that.
They were trying to think of what was the equivalent of like a shitty castle home place, and you brought it up. That's what it is. It's the wherever the Greyjoys are, and it would make sense. They became like they were the main sea people. And they probably conquered the Targaryen sea people. And
and
even has a horrible name, Driftmark. Like they should have thought like. The main guy's called the Sea Snake. You can't do a little bit more like with that,
like the Snake's Den or something like that.
We also see a creepy guy getting close to Allison, Laura Strong or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You mean
I have other thoughts about him later. Wow, wait! Don't jump ahead, Mark. Jesus Christ!
What? That doesn't give anything away yet.
I had 100% gives away.
This is also the episode where we find out that Christian Cole is a nice guy because he comes up to Rhaenyra's like, "Hey, you don't have to do this. You and I, we can just run away, leave all this behind, and go across the narrow sea and be together." And she's like, "No, thanks, but no thanks." And he gets kind of butthurt about that.
I like how he brings up his vows and like bro, nobody's taking that shit seriously for like 300 years. Those are just words you say.
I broke my vows, but if we end up together, it'll be okay.
Right.
Oh. And then pretty much he becomes like Allison comes to him and like he like pretty much immediately spills all the details to her about everything that happened between him and Rhaenyra. And he like asked her to kill him.
Yeah, because the idiot thought she was talking about him.
Yeah.
Like he didn't realize that she was talking about Damon.
And Rhaenyra's future husband doesn't bat for the same team. Well, bats for the same team, doesn't bat for the opposite team. 100% bats for that team. Which, pose a problem,
Yeah.
Well, they figured it out as they were talking about ducks. And I thought at some point that guy was going to say, right, just make sure we're talking about sex, right?
What do you mean by that?
But then, it's time for another of our favorite Game of Thrones weddings. As we start to get to the celebration, big thing there is that the queen shows up in the high tower green colors, and then everyone kind of takes note of that. And then pretty much everyone's kind of chilling. The one dude's there who was from the place where Daemon killed their lady, and he's not too happy with Daemon, but he just kind of shrugs that off. And then the big thing is the guy who's marrying her and his lover thinks that he picks out Christian Cole as her lover, and he tries to go become buddy with him. But Christian Cole ain't having any of that.
No.
No, he don't play that shit.
And similar to Damon, he doesn't have an off switch. So when he gets to mad and frustrated and fighting, he just decides to punch until that hard part of your face, like skull, goes soft.
Yeah,
that's what he likes to do. And by the way, men with swords, full armor, all around protection. These guys couldn't break up a mosh pit to save their fucking lives. Like nobody could. They're like, "What's going on over there?" Stop it! I don't know.
You know, kickstart business.
Everybody's just sitting there watching, like,
Definitely one of the more gruesome Game of Thrones deaths.
Which turns out to be his Rhaenyra's husband
Fiancé.
right now.
Yeah,
fiance or whatever.
Not yet. Yeah,
not yet. But soon to be fiance.
I will say this just real quick, like, because whenever we're talking about this, like behind the scenes, like we're talking about, maybe good episodes. You guys had mentioned like a throne room type moment, and I thought this is what that was at first. And I watched it, I'm like, yeah,
it's a nice moment.
I mean, I was like, this is pretty good, but it's like, I don't know, like, you guys made it seem like I'd really like this moment. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. And I wonder.
You're probably sitting there like, this is your equivalent to, hey, Pete's going to redeem himself. You're sitting there like, this is what you're getting excited about? This was it?
I only rewound this like 10 times to see this guy get his face bashed in. It wasn't that great.
I love that they do get married at the end of this episode.
Yeah,
right?
they
like,
really quick have a real quick wedding after that. With like his lover's blood and stuff all over the floor.
Bleeding, Cole's in the forest about to slice his own, like kill himself.
Oh
man, I'll tell you, Cole has Cole has a lot of emotional problems. I'll tell you, like, he's like, oh, man, I'm gonna kill my fucking self. Like, he's that guy who's like, I'm fucking worthless. I don't need to be here anymore. The next minute is like, I'm the fucking coolest guy in town, man. Like,
I can use this guy. I think he's a good one to hold on to. Oh gosh.
You kill yourself. Why? Don't kill yourself. Stay. And then his father, the father passed out, right?
Yeah, he's getting kind of weak and he passes out like during the ceremony there at the end. Yeah.
While a rat comes in and starts feasting on blood, which is the symbol.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese taught me that. Thank you. There's a rat afoot. As Jack Nicholson said, a non-teething fucking rat. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
solid
And,
episode.
let's talk about The Departed. Okay. Mark, thoughts on that? So after that point, you're thinking, okay, we've told them about a throne room. You're seeing that, you're like, oh, brother, guys, there better be something else.
But they kind of talk that up a little bit too much.
Like, Jesus Christ, Cody. Like, that's one of your like 10 moments of like show moments. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking,
I
like,
love
there
that
has
no-name guy when Cole beats that no-name guy's face in. Love it. You saw him for one episode. I love when he died. Like,
I mean, to be fair, the moment we're talking about, we only see that guy for pretty much one episode too, but we'll get there.
yeah.
All right. I think that takes us to episode 6, The Princess and the Queen. 10 years later, Rhaenyra navigates Alicent's continued speculation about her children while Daemon and Lyanna weigh an offer in Pentos.
This is a question I have to have. Good. You're about to ask.
Mark,
how'd you feel about the time
turn on this episode and like suddenly it's 10 years later and we have like almost a whole new cast, or at least the two of the main people.
I mean,
the young girls have been replaced.
This is one of the things like I kind of knew was coming. That there's been like
you heard about the time jumps.
Yeah, I mean, I grew to really like Millie Alcock in the role. Like I thought she was.
We all
was
did.
fantastic.
We all did.
And so yeah, it did feel like we're good. Like it's kind of weird because I really liked the Rhaenyra version a lot. Didn't really care for Allison, and then it kind of switched. We're like, oh, I kind of like that they brought in Olivia Cook to play Allison. But I was like, oh, we switched up. Like, is there any way we can just do like
Keep
a
one?
Like yeah.
I mean, it's almost like you do with like Damon, where he doesn't age at all in these 16 years, while everyone else gets older.
Yeah, right. That's my whole frustration. Like when it first happened, I was like, because I was like going into it, they're like, there will be a time jump. Like they keep telling, like they told the marketing and everything, there will be a time jump. I saw the girl that plays the older Rhaenyra. I was like, I've seen her and stuff. I'm like, wait, who the fuck are you? What? And then it starts playing, and I was just like, oh my god, I really like Rhaenyra. And I'm like, oh wait, she's gonna get replaced. And then fucking I turn on episode 6, she's giving fucking birth. I'm like, well, it happened. Damn it! Like I'm sitting there because she's not bad as it. It's just hard when you develop the characters and you get a totally different character that you have to now like hope she's a good actress, hope it works, hope she can tell the story that I want the other one to tell. Which, truth be told, cut through the episode in, I think she does great. I think she does an absolute great job of being her. It just sucks because you have to like she stops being the kid.
Yeah, you have to reestablish that connection with like 2 of the characters, while all the other characters are the same actors, just like maybe a little bit more gray in their hair.
Well, the funny thing is, like Olivia, like that one is right in. Like I'm on. Like I'm good to go. Like she would just work. Her character works really well, and she gets so much more to do from episode 6 on versus what she got to do in the first one. Rhaenyra was a major focal point in the first 5 episodes. So when you get this one, you're like, can she deliver, a Targaryen queen? Can she figure that stuff out? And I think she does fine. But yeah, childbirth in fucking Westeros, it sounds like the worst fucking thing ever. Awful. Dude, to give birth and then say, hey, you have to go climb fucking stairs.
Well,
I don't even know how that's...
I mean that was mostly her.
Like, just the queen wanted to see the kid. But she's like, I mean, I'm not going to let anybody see my fucking kid. Like, I don't know what she's going to do to the kid.
Yeah, let me just give her this afterbirth real quick, then we'll head over there.
Apparently, the queen just wanted to do a scalp check.
Yeah, there's something a little bit off about her children. I can't really place my finger on it, but
which I'm thinking is horseshit because like, so they noticed this thing about these the kids' hair right off the bat. Nobody says fucking shit about the fucking Baratheon kids. It has to take like one guy looking in at the fucking books. See, like, wait a second. He doesn't have brown hair. He has blonde hair. Something's going on here.
I could not. The first time I saw this, the second time, the third, I can never get that Cat Williams skit out of my head. Is who's that white baby? Like that's just like one. It's one to choose hair color difference. But when you choose a desert nationality, you're insane for cheating and just going about it and not thinking of trying. Because I'm on board with Olivia Cook immediately as an actor, like in this role. When she grabs that baby and walks up to the thing, and goes, "Hopefully one day she'll have one that looks like you." Jesus, like on the thing, like, who is that white baby? That is not that one, possibly mine. That one ain't me at all.
And that's why I think it's important they brought in someone like Olivia Cook, because otherwise, this character you would immediately not like this character. But she's such a good actress in the role that it makes it a little bit harder for you, kind of like pick where you land in it.
And holy shit, the very next scene, she brings the two of the other sons, and the guy is standing in the room and's like, that's Dad. Like, I don't know. That's your father. And this guy, what did this guy do? Just like cuck the entire, like, what is this? I was laughing so hard. He's like holding the.
It just didn't work out. So
I thought it was hilarious. It was hilarious when he's like, "Hey, can I hold the kid?" And like the Valerian guy's like, fucking no, you may not. What do you mean you want to hold my kid?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then the kids. So Rhaenyra has now 3 children. The third one was just born.
Joffrey, by the way. So
Joffrey. Wonder where they got that name in the future. Hopefully, he's not as big of a
Innocent
cunt.
sounding name, like nice, nice. Tranquil child. He'll turn out to be.
Then we get
and
Aegon
then-
and
Yeah,
Aemon on the other side.
I got another thing. Like,
And-
how many fucking Aegons are in this fucking world? Do they just name fucking every Targaryen kid Aegon?
It's like
Is this-
Richard.
It's a popular name.
Is
It's
this
like King Richard the 5th, 8th, 12th,
Yeah.
Henry the 8th or whatever. Like they get one. They're like, I like that fucking name.
Is this like
That's
George Foreman's kids, where like he just names all his sons George, and
Yeah.
just like fuck it, why not?
I mean, it
Just
makes
name
it
all the
easy. You don't have
dudes
to worry
Aegon.
about forgetting their names and mixing them up or anything.
And what is it? Aegon goes down and sees a dragon. Like he's trying to he wants a dragon and they doesn't have one. And they give him a pig instead? Is that
Yeah,
this
they give him a
episode?
pig with like some wings on. Yeah, the kids are not very nice to Aemon. Poor guy.
And the daughter says some curious things. Just don't know. They don't really go into much detail of it, but he's like, "You'll get a dragon one day," and the daughter's response is, "It will cost your eye first."
Mm.
What does that mean? Then we just glance over that real fucking fast, and like, what?
She's like
And she's
the
just
freaking
playing
kid
with
in
a
Harry
fucking.
Potter,
She's
running around
she's
saying
playing with
weird
like a
shit.
sentence, just like, yeah, you're gonna die one day. Like, who? Oh, wait, you want to talk about it? And we see the husband, the king, is real rough.
Yeah,
10 years has not been well.
been getting better for him.
Because he's in the process, he already lost like 2 fingers. Like at the beginning, like they started like deteriorating. Had to put his hand in maggots to like eat off the dead part. Those are stuff we
Ugh.
glanced over. But yeah, he is. And they're like, she's like basically trying to point out the fact to him, like these childs are not. They're legitimate. Like she's having bastard
And
children.
he ain't hearing none of that.
And I love it. She's like, 1 is fun. 1 is one thing. 3 is just egregious. Like, what are we talking about?
That's
I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it because you tell me to bite my tongue. But let me tell you, it's getting loud. It's getting fucking loud. That man is an African American with silver hair, and these are fucking farm-fed Iowa boys. I don't know what to tell you. They're not the same.
And she gets nowhere with him, so then she goes and vents with Lord Laris, and he gets a couple ideas for what maybe we can do.
And she may need to stop worrying about what's happening with other people's children because her son is standing up on the thing, jerking off into the wind. What do you want me to do? I figured out what this is, and I like it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Where we at?
We see a dragon again, by the way, because Damon has married another Valerian.
The daughter of the Chloris,
And she's pregnant.
Yeah. And we get another difficult birthing where it's almost like he's put in the same situation where we might have to cut open the mother to save the baby. But I don't think she's a fan of that idea.
No. Well, before that, we have Christian Cole and Rhaenyra's.
Sir Harwin.
Yeah,
We're getting a little
they
tussle
get into,
over training the kids.
and he says some not so nice things. Cole says some not so nice things about the children, and
Oh no, never.
and he gets his ass whooped, and he gets in trouble. Then he's being like sent away.
Yeah.
And I love that he's like drink. the Rhaenyra's like husband is like comes back and like drink is like I'm having fun. It's like you need to stay the fuck around here from now on. Like it's getting harder and harder to legitimize you fooling with every fucking servant boy you got. But I need you to be a little closer because they're starting to talk.
No.
And he's like, oh, okay, I'll be the father you need me to be, blah, blah.
I mean, they're not talking about what I'm doing.
Hey, you need to get that wee stuff out of here.
I don't know about we. I can fuck all the men you want. You are having babies with not brown skin. That's your fault. Not mine.
Yeah, so yeah, Laris, he's got the plan, and we see him talk to some prisoners, like, hey, I'm going to give you your freedom. All I need is your tongues, and you can do me a little favor.
And they send them off to Harrenhal. Right? Is that next episode we find out what happens at Harrenhal?
Yeah, that's the end of this
episode.
Yeah, that happens this episode.
Oh, wow. Well, before that, yeah, Daemon's wife decides to go meet the dragon one last time and asks for it to torture. Baby and all.
Which, I mean, I don't know if I get that. I mean, wouldn't you at least try to let your baby survive? I mean, I don't know.
I think you hear stories of the previous time it didn't happen, so it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. She's probably like, well,
and I don't think she trusted Daemon with the children.
True.
Like, if I'm going to die, I'm just going to, do it which burning alive. I mean, that's the way to go. I mean, like the alternative probably would have been better. I don't know.
I mean,
Dragon wasn't very willing.
Burning to death.
Yeah. The dragon's like, you sure? You're asking for this, but are you sure? And she's got a big fucking dragon. Like a big fucking dragon.
That's the thing. Like, that dragon's supposed to be like the biggest one, right? Whatever.
Yeah, the biggest one, definitely.
Yeah. The biggest one still alive.
Was it Arax or something like that? Yeah. And then we got the Strong, and his dad is taking him back to their land so he can chill. And yeah, they don't quite make it.
Like who was Hand of the King at that time, right?
Yeah. He tries to resign,
because he tried to resign.
Yeah.
And Strong literally goes and tells Allison, it's just like, what? And basically tells her, goes, I killed them. They're dead. And she's like, what? I didn't ask for this. And like, I mean,
and you'll never have to.
And then he's like, I assume when the time is right, you'll pay me back. I assume when the time is right.
He's standing over that. No, all right, I got you. All right, I hear you.
Yeah, you didn't ask for it.
It's like, why are you winking at me? Stop it.
Oh.
Yeah. When I assume you'll pay me back at some point, so thank you.
Probably would have gone the other way on that, hearing like what he would want in return. Like, I was like, yeah.
What do you want?
Can I see a contract? Can I see what you possibly want as a payment? Curious. Asking for a friend,
All right, so I think that'll take us to episode 7, Driftmark. As the families gather on Driftmark for a funeral, the series calls for an end to the infighting, and Alicent demands justice. Yeah, speaking of funerals, I think that these guys have a pretty cool funeral where they put you in like that thing and then just boop, drop you off into the water. I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe not as cool as getting burned by a dragon, but
Yeah, they're all greeting. Tensions are very high. You can see it through everybody's facial reactions. And Daemon and Rhaenyra do what they didn't do back on all those times and get busy in the sand.
Which I gotta tell you something. Like something realized going through this. You got it. I think this is a lesson for all of us to know.
Okay,
is that we all need to find somebody, anybody, like who looks at you the way George R.R. Martin looks at incest. Because boy, does that guy love it. He loves it so much. It's like everything he does it. He has to have like several bits of that in there.
I mean, history. So, and it is crazy too to think that this takes place 200 years before Game of Thrones. They didn't really advance much technology-wise in like 200 years.
I mean, make an argument they downgraded, because they lost their dragons, and like, well, can we make anything that like flies? Like, not really. I mean, you need something like big with fucking wings. Like, who knows how to make that shit?
Aegon stumbles upon that big fucking dragon, right?
Aemon, yeah.
Aemon.
Yeah.
And he starts speaking to it with that dragon looked like it was about to torch his ass. But he says the right amount of words, flies in the right amount of spots.
Dragon's like, you got some balls. Respect.
And that dragon is now sole property of him.
Well, not until the dragon almost tried to kill him,
he put him through the test. He's like, figure it out. Like, I'm about to drop you. I'm about to plunge right into the fucking ground. Are you gonna pull up? You're gonna figure this out. Like, figure it out. I've lived a long life, pal. I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, like I'm looking over in that corridor. It looks like I got 4 other options. Who's gonna fly me? Like, you're either gonna do it, or you're gonna be like the first try. Like, it's time.
And I gotta say, we just saw Danny fly on a dragon for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and they definitely got a lot better with it by the time we got to this show. It looks way better.
And the kids are not pleased because he basically stole the girl's dragons from her mom because that was supposed to be hers. You should have claimed her. And they start beating the shit out of him. He gets pretty physical, and then one of the boys slices right up his face and cuts out his eye, basically. So I'll get a dragon. It'll cost you your eye. So she saw the future.
And of course, Allison is not happy. She's like, this is fucked up. I want that kid's eye. It's got to be an eye for an eye. And the kid's like, what? Yeah, it's like
they're all battling.
It's like when Joffrey got attacked by the dog, and the king's like, "What do you want me to do?" They're kids.
Yeah, they're all battling, and like Rhaenyra comes back with like Tim is like, "Sorry, I couldn't sleep. I was going for a walk." And like, and my son was attacked. He's like, "It doesn't matter. We need an eye." And he's like, "There's no more of those insults." Well, he tries to get to the bottom of it. He's like, "There was insults raised about their thing. Who told you these lies?" Looks at him and goes, "Tell me the truth." He looks at his wife. He looks at his fucking daughter, like his wife, and is like, "It's
his
gonna be
mom,
her."
yeah.
And then he claims his older brother, and she's like, "The fucking son." The older son's like, "Oh no,
Everyone
man!
knows.
Fucking look at him. Everybody knows. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I mean, do you have eyes? They're not the same. I won't tell you. And then she requests they to take an eye from him, and he's like, "I'm not fucking doing that." And by the way, a very similar dagger keeps showing up that seems from another.
I love this. She was like, "Sir Kristen, bring me his eye." And he's like thinking about it for a second. He's like, "There's too many people here. Can't really do that right now."
So she says, "I'm gonna fucking take it." Otto's like, "Will you calm the fuck down? Like, relax." And she ends up cutting
Rhaenyra's arm.
Rhaenyra,
yeah, it gets a little tense.
And Otto's like, "You need to calm the fuck down. If you believe that, that's fine. But we need to figure out some other plan before you just ruin it all for the common good." And
then Aemon calms it down.
Then the Valerian son was like, the husband was like, "I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to be the man that you don't need to worry about. I'm going to be here." Like, fuck off. No, you're not.
And then she's like, actually, I was thinking about that. I think I want to do a husband change up, but you got to be dead for that to happen.
Yeah, you got a vamoose. You know what I'm saying?
I do absolutely love the thing, though, because Aemon's like, "It's fine, Mom. I got a dragon.
Fair trade.
It's worth it. And Otto's like, your son
He's
is
right.
right. Regardless what he that is worth 20 eyes of what he just got. He got the biggest dragon in the fleet, and it's now in our possession.
And I was like, but I am happy to see that you want to actually win this game. So there's hope for you yet.
Yeah, and I think that was also the moment in the show. Like, oh fuck, maybe I should have felt that way earlier in the show, but I think that was the moment. Like, oh, Otto's a villain here. Okay.
It took you this long to think Otto was a villain.
Listen, because I feel like more than a bunch of way through, it's like, okay, he's doing this because it's bad, but this is also like my house is like only because I mean earlier a couple episodes before he is right when he says, hey, if Rhaenyra is made queen, she's more than likely going to kill your kids because they are a threat to her reign. He's not wrong. And I feel like
he's also right in saying that the people probably won't accept her as queen anyway when there's a male heir now.
Like I feel like he keeps making points to like, he is right. And then at this it's whenever he kind of takes off the mask for like a second. It's like, okay, like we're like, you can finally be involved in kind of what I'm doing here. And this was a big night for House. Like Jesus Christ! All right, Tywin. All right, I guess Damon was right about you.
And then fucking Damon Rhaenyra have like a secret wedding around children, which I don't know. They're not going to keep fucking secrets, so I don't know what the point of that is.
Well, they fake the one guy's death, and he gets to run off.
Yeah.
Which that's definitely not coming back later at all.
Which he's lucky that Rhaenyra's there, because if it was up to Daemon, he probably just would have killed that guy for real.
Yeah.
It's much safer. Like, and going in just like running around the world, like just hanging out. Like, I don't.
Eventually, his hair is going to grow back. But yeah, this is a fun episode. I think this is really the point where it starts ramping up the feud, so to speak.
I think it's the turning point of the show. It's I think where the show feels more like Game of Thrones than ever, and the real, and like you said, like the real family feud like comes to a head, and where sides are like a line in the sand has been drawn in this episode, and it's when people are like ready to go tooth and nail from this point on.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right. So episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. 6 years later, with Driftmark succession suddenly critical, Rhaenyra attempts to strike a bargain with Rhaenys. So yeah, we do another time jump where we get some more kids popped out with Rhaenyra and Daemon now.
Yeah.
we got Lord Corlys is gravely ill or injured at sea, and his brother's like, yo, we need to do something as far as succession over here. I should be next, not the kids who probably have no relation to us, really.
No Valerian blood.
I mean, he can't fucking prove that. Does he have a DNA test in his pantaloons?
And then,
last time I checked, their name was Valarian or Targaryen, whatever fucking name they ended up going with.
And then the fucking king is in fucking horrible shape. Like, covering an eye, skin, bag of bones. They're introducing these children. No way those children aren't fucking screaming and crying looking at that thing. That thing is a fixture you can buy at Spirit Halloween. You can get that from Spirit Halloween in October. That's terrifying.
He went full fucking Phantom of the Opera. It doesn't even have a face anymore.
But it seems like Allison and Arnold have pretty much been keeping him on the milk with a poppy for a while now, because they're pretty much running the show. They've redecorated the castle and everything with a bunch of high tower symbols and colors and stuff. So Rhaenyra and Daemon aren't super happy when they come to visit.
that and the High Council has basically been like uprooted. There's like basically one guy who is basically like of the old guard, and the rest are just handpicked by her and her dad.
Yeah,
including that Lannister asshole.
Yeah, so pretty much everyone's come to the castle here because they're gonna argue their claims to the Driftmark succession, which Alicent and Otto are pretty much going to be the ones to decide because they're making all the big decisions. You get Princess Rhaenys is pretty much there to say it should be her. The guy's brother's there to say it should be him, and of course Rhaenyra's there saying, "Hey, I mean it's the kid. We've already established this. I don't know what we're doing talking about this."
It's like I'm here, you know. That's her dad, you know.
And then
Come on.
The brother basically wants to make his claim and let him know that all of a sudden the doors open and Viserys walks through and crawls his basic way up to the steps, and he's like, I don't understand why we're having a meeting of a succession that has been decided years ago. And then he says, they are no Valerian. Like, just screams it at him. He's like, what? He's like, and then he turns to him and looks at him and goes, they have no blood in them. And then Damon looks at him and goes, say it. They are bastards. And he stands there and turns, and Allison is like wants to I've been saying it for years. Let's hear from the guy in the back. And then all of a sudden
he pulls his dagger. He's like, I'm gonna have your tongue for that. And the next thing you know, whoosh, all you see is
he can keep his tongue. He can keep his tongue. And slices his head off right there to make the succession as is what it is. And he claims to marry. Before that, they were like, my sons will marry the two children. And then unite the houses, basically. Don't know how his dad's supposed to get the daughters just get to watch his fucking head chopped off and just sit there and be like, okay, that's pretty well.
I mean, listen, they we heard what he said, and there's no going back from that. Yeah, there were a couple rewinds for that.
Oh yeah,
sure. Like you had me dead to rights on that one. It's like, okay, this one makes a lot more sense. Like him just getting
that whole sequence, just the king walking out, and then Damon say it, and then I think that's probably the best sequence of the whole first season.
I didn't necessarily think like anything was going to happen when the king walked out. I just kind of thought King walked out. He's going to settle it. That's the end of it. We're going to be kind of like clenching our assholes for like another episode or whatever. And like that, we'll see what happens in the finale. But when that other Balerian guy started to talk again, I'm like, okay, I think
this is what we were talking. This is what we were talking.
Something's gonna go down. Like, what is it? And then Damon's like sitting there, like holding the sword, like just fucking ready. He's like, fucking say, I know you. It's on the tip of your fucking tongue. Let's go.
Give me a race.
Did it at least now? Did you understand why we were talking about the throne room?
Oh yeah, that moment was awesome. It's definitely honestly my favorite moment of the season. Like, it was great. I loved every minute of that scene.
Oh
yeah, it was fucking legit.
And then since the king has his whole family together, he's like, hey, we should have a nice family meal with everybody. Goes swimmingly. He gets to take his mask off. He's like, I want you all to see me, and I'll see you, as he's like missing a good chunk of his face.
Oh, put it back on. Fuck.
But we're trying to eat here.
Jesus Christ.
And for most there, everyone seems to be getting along. Rhaenyra and Alicent kind of toast each other. It's almost like they've kind of put their beef aside for a little bit.
I would have pushed my plate so fast and be like, I'm done. Fuck. Oh, man.
I mean, I love fucking Viserys. I love Viserys for like these last two episodes because he's trying to say, without saying it, like, guys, we have all the power in this room right now. All we need to do is not fuck this up. And you guys are in the process of fucking this up. Who gives a fuck if they're not her kids? If he's not his kids? They got the name. It literally is not going to matter in like 30 years. Nobody's going to remember this shit. Then, of course, he walks out of the room, and then the Amon is like, you know what? I think I want to make a toast.
To some strong boys.
Like, what? I'm calling them strong. Like, I'm complimenting them. It's all right, Mom.
Yeah, they tuss a little bit, break it up. I love where Damon just like kind of like gives Amon like the little eye. But you know, like I said, Alice and Rhaenyra, they really genuinely seem like they're kind of patching it up. But then Alicent goes and visits the king. We have a slight miscommunication here because the king thinks that it's Rhaenyra. Well, so he tells her about Aegon's dream again.
Well, it's like I said, it's their own goddamn fault. They name literally every kid in that castle fucking Aegon. Like he literally could have been fucking talking about anybody. He's like, oh, you meant our Aegon? And he's like talking in tongues. Like, yeah, like maybe you don't name every single one of your fucking kids Aegon, or this shit wouldn't have happened.
So in his mind, he's reassuring Rhaenyra that he wants her to be the heir. But Alicent, in the way she's hearing it, he's saying that he wants Aegon to be the heir. So, and then he just pretty much dropped dead.
We'll see how that probably doesn't have any ramifications for the rest of the season. So that's all right.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that one scene, I think everything could have played out all right. But
no, they were still fucking with.
They were fucking.
I mean, there's one saving grace to this whole thing, and something that's going to play out in these next 2 episodes, is that there is still a sliver of friendship between Rhaenyra and Alicent, and they overall still like each other, which is something that is very unlike Game of Thrones, of like kind of the two feuding forces actually having still a bit of a positive relationship, which is, I think, ultimately very interesting. I'm very curious how that's going to develop over time, like considering where the season ends. But, we'll see.
Very well.
We'll get there. All right, we can go to episode 9, The Green Council. While Alicent enlists Cole and Aemon to track down Aegon, Otto gathers the great houses of Westeros to affirm their allegiance. Yeah, even if it wasn't for the one scene, we do see in this episode that Otto is already planning with the small council. Like, as soon as the king's dead, we're putting Aegon in power.
That was so funny. Where like Alicent's like holding back tears, like everybody, the king's dead, and then Otto's like, "All right, people, we trained for this. Like, let's get on the procedure. Like, all right, let's get things moving. You got."
She's like, he's king, and then Lannister's like, all right, so we move into the plan that we've been planning, and she's like, wait a minute, you guys were playing this behind my back? And like, yeah, and then the one guy speaks up and was like, I'm not doing that's treason, blah blah blah, and then Cole just slams his head. You want to know why those balls are not in any future Game of Thrones season? Because they're a perfect thing to just die on. Like, And I love Otto's line. It was like, we should at least remove him from the thing, and Otto's like, not until we have our plan in order. Like, no, he'll stay.
Unless you're a big dude who can handle a sword. Otherwise, we'll let you walk out of here because we're not 100% certain Kristen can take this guy in a fight.
Dude, Cole's got some he's got some screws loose.
Oh yeah,
buddy.
The freaking commander of the Kingsguard, they like ask him, we're gonna have you a stealth mission to go kill Rhaenyra and her kids. He's like, no, I quit. I serve the king. I don't see a king here, so.
I know that he didn't pay attention to. By the way, the score in this overall series is also incredible.
Oh yeah.
Like the slow dings as it's going on, and not realizing things are being moved about the castle, and like Princess Rhaenyra can't leave her room. Like there's plans afoot. But You think Alice would listen to her daughter? By the way, her daughter says another thing is there's a rumble from underneath the pit or whatever,
This is
and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it." She was right about one. What could be the other thing? And so I think they just press on like nothing happened. But yeah, they're putting their plan in motion and getting everything, and their whole plan is they can't find who is going to be king. So it's like a race between two different people to try to find Aegon and get credit for finding this child. And then
which I
brings
kind of could have done without that. It definitely felt like, hey, we need to fill like 20 minutes in this episode. Right.
We know how we're ending, we know how we're starting, we know a middle, but what the fuck's the other thing going to be?
The one scene though is kind of cool where they go looking for him and they go to like this place where they got children just like fighting each other in a pit. And we see like Aegon's got little bastards over there.
I mean that's what I thought was kind of interesting about this episode is that even though like Alicent does want to take control of the throne because she believes that's kind of what that's what Viserys wanted, which I do love whenever she tells everybody that. It's like, oh yeah, Viserys told you that on his fucking deathbed. Yeah, right. Whatever you say, girl. But she's not willing to go all the way with it because everybody's kind of saying like, hey, you gotta go take out Rhaenyra and Daemon and her kids. Like they gotta go, and she's not willing to do that. Otto is. So it's kind of like this. She like everybody's going after Aegon to basically to do it their way, which I think is interesting because like Otto's ready to go fucking scorched earth right now.
Well, yeah, he puts all these major people of the houses on their fucking knees to see if they're going to take allegiance, and the people that won't bend, he takes them out of the fucking room to basically take care of them. And like the one guy that finally agrees to bend the knee, he's leaving the castle fast to get like a raven set, and they catch him and it's like, we'll see if the gods have mercy on him. And like Otto's like ready to take his fucking head off. And he's like, you did good, strong. Like, yeah, I don't think. And he's like, but you're really close to my daughter. And he's like, that doesn't mean it won't affect you in any way. Like. That doesn't mean anything.
I fucking hate that guy. Like he's honestly his impact is not like so huge in this season, but like he's just so creepy. Like he makes his argument or his claim for our bad guy of the week or bad guy of the season just by the few like weird things that he does.
You mean you don't like him hanging out with Alicent as he makes her like take her like socks off and stuff, and then he's just like see him kind of like maybe touching some stuff.
I mean, it
is
really
this episode, right?
Yeah, this is episode. Yeah,
we don't see any of them.
I was like, where are we going with this? I was like, oh my god. Foot fetishes have been around since the dawn of time.
Which, I mean, if you got to do something with a weirdo, I mean, she kind of lucked out that that's like the only thing he's really into.
True.
Could have been way worse.
I was like, man, if you could drop this guy in 2026 and realize the foot content out there, my God, this man would be in heaven.
And you just
they show him in movies? They show him in movies? There's a thing called Wiki Feet. You can see them. And you don't have to murder anybody for them. They're trying to find him.
Yes, we get the White Worm lady shows up in this episode, and she's kind of like almost a cross between like Littlefinger and Varys, almost like without like the power inside the castle, but she has all the whispers and everything, and she ends up telling them where to find the Aegon.
Does she die? Or are they just
her
burned down?
Establishment is burned down, but we don't see if she dies or not.
Okay.
But we also see Alicent talk to Rhaenys.
That's one of my biggest complaints of this first season is that Rhaenys and Rhaenyra are too close as far as names.
Yeah, Rhaenys and basically says, "I need you. We'll get you. We'll do Driftmark. We'll let you have the thing. Like we'll do all that. We just need you to bend." And she's like, "That whatever." She agrees to the terms, and they end up starting the transition to, and they he gets smuggled out of the castle and walking by that guy that says the gods will have justice, and he's just hanging there as like a traitor of the thing. It's on display for all to see.
I'm just curious. Like, I guess, because it was one of the brothers who were
one of
trying
the twin
to go after Aegon
Kingsguard.
and I mean, is he just turn on them because like he had always been following Aegon and he doesn't like Aegon? And I mean,
I think he's like seeing like Aegon. He doesn't think he's going to be like a good king and stuff.
Okay.
And
I don't think he likes Cole and the other guy. I don't think he likes Cole.
He's like,
he's like, if I have to work with this cunt,
good side.
I mean, I was a little unclear, like why exactly he wanted to, jump ship. So I was like, okay.
I think it's just basically, and it also just shows in the show a little bit more today. It's like people took the oath of how they took it, and they, up until this point, they thought it was going to go one way. Definitely wasn't. I do love Allison in the thing with her son. She's like, Otto will want to take Rhaenyra in their head. You should dismiss this request. Like, do not do it. Like, you can't be a cruel king. You have to be a king that rules with honor. Like, you can't do it.
And he's like, well, I mean, it makes sense to kind of get rid of them, but so they have the big ceremony.
Yeah.
First of his name, respecter of the realm. When Rhaenys has disappeared underneath the thing, and that rumble from underneath the stage happens to be a big fucking dragon.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, if one word was uttered, House of Dragon would be 9 episodes. 9 episodes, and the it would not be a problem. She could have cleared the entire stage.
They know it. You just see it in their faces, and she steps in front of Aegon, but then she just gets a good dragon yell, and she flies off.
Dude, when that dragon opens and just screams, and like you start, and Otto realizes you started a war now. Like, this is it. And it flies out there, the wings shoot through the thing, and it goes fully out and just takes off. I'm just like, fuck yeah. And Alice is stands in front of her son. I'm like, motherfucker, if this is fire, you're gonna die first, but your son's also dead. Like, you can't do much.
But I mean, that just shows that she's like one of those characters, like Cersei is just cares only about her children and stuff. He wants to do right by them. Even if
she's also kind of she also feels like he does have a regardless how you feel about Alicent Hightower, she has a rightful claim for the thing. He trusted upon her when he didn't have a succession plan. He gave him children, and he still chose to ignore those claims, which is kind of fucked up at this point. And she never listened to any of the rules he set, any of the plans he laid down. He's illegitimate children in front of their houses, already shows weakness across the entire thing. I have a son. You gave me a son. He should be the king. That should be the rule. So she's not wrong in any of the thing. She's just pushed very strongly by Otto.
I mean,
if it wasn't for that last scene with her and the king, I think that she honestly would have pushed back against Otto and said that, he wanted her to be queen. That's what we're going to do.
Well, she brought it.
Yeah.
She brought the claim. She's like, he said this to me. I don't know how to. Then we press on with his. Otto's like, we got it. Enough need.
An argument can be made. An argument that can be made that Alicent is a more honorable character than Rhaenyra is, which I think is what. I think so. I mean, because she's only.
I get you.
Yeah, because at least in that respect, because if she wasn't, she would not have, paused the idea of going to kill Rhaenyra. And at the and you also look at Rhaenyra, she definitely doesn't take just certain vows seriously. We definitely see more. I see more Cersei and Rhaenyra than I do in Alicent.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of setting up both sides, where you can kind of see both sides' point of view. where you can see why they might be right and the other side might be wrong, and vice versa.
It's what makes the conflict interesting, because I don't think you're 100% set on who you want to see win. Because you can kind of go either. I think you can go kind of either way. Because like both sides have decent points.
I think you can do it. I don't think that's how the show is showing it.
Okay.
I think the show is very leaning one house.
They definitely want.
You can still see
Rhaenyra and Allison. I think they do a good job for the two of them.
Right, but they're definitely it's Otto bad, Rhaenyra good. And that's how they, especially at the end of this next episode.
Damon is also pushing for war and stuff.
They end the next episode with a clear message to your face and like, yep, we did this for a reason and you're going to enjoy it. Or if you haven't picked a side, bitch, you're about to. So.
And we'll get to that in the next episode, but I think they even still do a good with just putting enough doubt in that scene too. But we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Okay. It wouldn't be TV Chronicles if we agreed. That's just...
All right, so if there's nothing else, we can move on to the season 1 finale, The Black Queen. While mourning a tragic loss, Rhaenyra tries to hold the realm together, and Daemon prepares for war.
All of a sudden, Rhaenys shows up at Rhaenyra and says, "Hey, your dad died. They've put an egg on. He's now the new king. Broke succession." That sends her into an absolute panic and basically makes the baby come early. She gets to have childbirth again.
I don't know all childbirth. She pretty much rips that thing out.
Yeah, they're like, "We'll help you," and like, "Fuck off, fuck you." No, you won't.
But I do love too that Daemon asked her, like, "You could have killed them all right there," and she's like, "It wasn't my war to start."
Yeah, she's like, "Why didn't you just fucking end?" And like, "It wasn't mine. It wasn't mine to do. Like, it wasn't my war to start. So figure it out." I made a promise to the situation. I did what I had to do to get out. I owe you enough to tell you this. So here it is. And fucking, Damon brings the two members of the Kingsguard and be like, "You made your commitment to us. Let's see if your commitment's still good. Here's a dragon. Either you commit to us right now and you're with us for good. If you don't, the dragon's going to burn you alive. And if I find out you change your oath just to get out of this, I will burn you alive again. So figure it out."
I'll make it slower though that way. So if you're gonna do it, just tell me now.
And they end up baby didn't make it, they burned it, and now they start basically an action plan of what to do and who to get on their side and all the fun stuff of war.
Which I love their little map thing with like the candles underneath it and it lights up and everything. Oh, that's awesome.
Where the fuck was that? And see, like, come on, man. Like, this is 200 years in the we didn't get that cool. Stannis, what the fuck, man? Like,
well, then
you had the Lord of Light
in the future.
You had the Lord of fucking Light.
He didn't look under the table. He didn't know that was
there. Oh gosh. Then we got Otto comes to visit them.
Again with no fucking dragon. And he walks out alive. Basically sits there and is like, "Hey, I'm talking about this," and she comes down like, "Fucking, you need to bend the knee, do the kingdom stuff, blah blah blah." And he's like,
and of course, Rhaenyra is getting another entrance on a dragon.
He's like, "Step aside."
To the page of the book.
Let's end this now. Let's end this now. We'll just kill him right here and now. Like, end this battle. Otto, you're sentenced to death. Gotcha. Figured it out. Let's do this.
Like, guard, bring me his balls, and we'll just get it done. Get it settled.
And they decline, and then.
Otto's got the page of the book that Allison tore out, so that's just a reminder, like, hey, we were friends once. And I think that kind of Rhaenyra, I mean, there's still that little bit of a voice inside saying, hey, we can work this out. So she's like,
well, I also like Rhaenyra was, well, like, that's what she told her. She's like, "I'll do this shit, but overall, it's going to be under my terms. Like I'm calling the shots from now on. It isn't happening. And the first step is you're going to go deliver a terms to Rhaenyra and see if we can make this go away. And then Rhaenys visits her husband, and he's injured. And is like, well, your brother's dead. Chopped off his head. That's pretty rough. And then all of a sudden, like, there's a new king, but we're gonna need to join the side here.
Yeah.
And she gives him I'll join you, and basically gives her the hard truth, like she needs to hear. Like, this isn't gonna work. Like, nope. We need to act how we're acting.
Because there's that one scene with Daemon and Rhaenyra where she's like conflicted because she thinks she talks about the Song of Ice and Fire and how ultimately we need to have one king. Otherwise, the whole thing's going to fall apart if we go to war over this. And he's like, and then she realizes that Viserys never told him about the Song of Ice and Fire because he never trusted him with that sort of information.
Daemon is giving his fucking villain speech. Like, no, we got the fucking dragons. All right, we can go down there, burn them fuckers, and we'll be the heads of the house.
They got fucking 3. We got 15. Like, what are we doing? Let's do this. So
kingdom.
So Rhaenyra basically gives the message that we're just going to end up we're going to send our 2 sons on dragons to deliver messages to the kingdoms to see them join sides with us. And he ends up Daemon goes and visits a dragon just to see what dragons we have down in the pit.
Yeah, he goes to see a big dragon. He's like singing a nice little lullaby or something, trying to get close to this guy.
This dragon has seen some shit. I don't think it's not bigger than
it's close. I don't think. Not.
Right. And storm's brewing. He arrives, and when he looks, the younger son turns around. A giant fucking dragon is just parked outside, so that means another Targaryen is already here.
No. Daemon's already talking to Baratheon.
And I just love him. It's like, I'm not some... The king's there is like, I'm not some fucking thing you could just knock on the door and need me when you need it. He says he promised me a marriage proposal. So which one are you going to marry of mine? I'm already betrothed. Then get out of here, boy. Leave.
So many conflicts of Game of Thrones can be ended if people would just marry people.
Yeah. And then... fucking all this time, all this stuff back and forth, no eye, got a dragon, blah, blah. He goes to leave and goes, I'm taking your eye and I'm bringing it back to my mom. Like, what?
Yeah, so
she's always wanted your fucking eye.
Get out of here.
So he ends up flying away, and then Storm, which is also some of the coolest shots ever.
The cloud shot of just like the shadow of the dragon.
How big comparison to his dragon is.
Yeah.
And they end up flying down to a trench and gets over, and he still flies around. And instead of just gliding his way home, he decides to circle back around and shoot a flame right at his big dragon.
Which I don't know if that was more him or the dragon trying to defend itself.
That's why
I think if he continued flying the way, I think it would have been stopped.
I
thought the dragon took over. I thought that was
I think he lost control of the dragon. I think they both lost control of their dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
the other one definitely lost control.
Daemon tries. Daemon doesn't want to kill this kid. He doesn't want this. That's why
he's just doing it. He is just trying to mess with him as much as possible.
He's just being a dick.
And the dragon shoots a flame ball in his face. The other dragon loses shit, and fucking son and dragon.
It just stomped. And you see little bits and pieces falling.
And you just see him sitting on the dragon like, fuck, this is...
Yeah.
We just started. If we weren't already in a war, we did one now. And we cut back to Dragonstone. The music starts swelling, and all of a sudden, you just see her turn around after
Daemon goes to tell her.
Daemon message you.
Yeah.
and the
look
Black
she gives.
Queen is here. And see, that's what I'm saying. I understand if you can say there's still a side. At that point in time, the show is saying, this is your protagonist. You can decide where you want, but this is who we're trying to get you to be on board with. Because that music swells, and when she turns around and that single tear just drops from her fucking face, and let's fucking go. House of Dragon, baby.
Well, I mean, I think it's fair to say she's been the main character all throughout the first season.
Right.
So, yeah. But
you can see the one character, Allison, is like stuck with a bunch of
Allison, I feel, is the
people
person who's just stuck around a whole bunch of horrible people.
Correct. 100% on that one. So I don't disagree.
Most
but
of the bad guy of the week nominations are on her side.
100%.
But yeah, so solid first season, I think.
I think a very solid first season.
I mean,
yeah,
I am sitting here thinking. I mean, brought this up, behind the scenes here. They end this season in a very unambiguous note that one of the sons is dead. We're trying to hold back war. Obviously, the second season can only go one direction. I have been hearing things about this season too, going slow. There's some. I mean, you're saying we don't get some war and some shit going here. Is that?
I think so.
We'll find out.
We'll find out next week. But I think I think this story could have been told over 2 seasons. I think they very much make it 3 seasons. I think they stretch out some stuff. There are some awesome shit in season 2. It's just few and far between, like this season. So I think
it's almost like this whole season 1 was just like the prologue to like the story.
Because the whole story is the War of the Dragons. Like that's the Dance of the Dragons is like literally that's what they refer to it as.
Yeah.
It's basically a war that we've seen in Battle of the Bastards, all this shit, and all of a sudden you see now now instead of horsebacks and blah blah, we're on fucking dragon back. That's what it is, and that's what the battle we're gonna see. And you get a little bit of that next season, but I don't think it's up to the level.
Have they said how many seasons the show's gonna go? Because I know it's at least got 4 set up.
Oh, it's got 4?
I believe so.
You're right. IMDb does have 4 listed, don't they?
Yeah, so interesting.
Which I think is crazy. Because I just don't know. I just don't know where you go after this. Again, matters
Well,
really.
depends on what they
I'm
do
telling
next
you right
season.
now. I'm telling you right fucking now. If I don't see fucking Dragons Battle next season, I'm going to be an unhinged fucking person for 8 episodes. I don't need politics right now.
Week to week.
Oh God! I literally went into work one day after this week-to-week shit of last season, and I was like, "I'm fucking done. This is why I don't watch TV. Pissing me off." And then probably 6 months to that speech, I started TV Chronicles. So it's like crazy how that all worked. All right, this is going to be hard.
All right, so we got. I think we got some really good nominations. I think, of course, the first nomination would probably be Otto Hightower. I think he's done some pretty bad stuff. I think another obvious nomination would be Christian Cole. Cody, you got somebody else?
This is going to be outlandish, but I want you to just hear me out, and you can easily shoot it down. King Viserys.
Okay.
The reason why I want to give it to him is he had the easiest path to stop all this, but his loyalty and like stuff was just bullshit. He was in front of his face. He was warned about it his entire time. His own fucking brother told him about it. He didn't listen to anybody around him. He proceeded to make a fight that didn't need to happen, and all of a sudden he could have just given it to his rightful heir that he fucking fucked a 14-year-old girl or basically had a child with her, and then just didn't want to give her the kingdom because he made a agreement to the first one. Made no sense.
I mean, to be fair, he saw Aegon was a little shit too.
That's fair, but she's also listening to nothing that he says. So what? That's my case.
Mark,
Otto's up there too.
Who are you thinking?
I think if it's not both for two older gentlemen, the House of Dragon is not as big of a fight because if you leave it to the two women, they can definitely handle this shit. The two men fucked everything.
What about when Michael Rappaport showed up as like a dragon trainer with like a Bronx accent?
We're not doing that.
I would say if we were just kind of doing a fresh off episodes, it'd be really tough to not give it to Aemond because like feels like all the really bad stuff is going to happen because he kind of fucked up there at the end.
Yeah, but I feel like that was kind of an accident, and like they were dicks to Aemond growing up and stuff. So
I mean, he was going after him. He's like, I'm gonna get your fucking eye, man. Like, come on. Like, I mean that led to the
that's
other
just
thing.
cousins playing with each other.
All right. Okay. Like, I think ultimately I would probably still go with Otto Hightower. Like, I don't think.
I think between Otto like not giving the king like more than a couple days to like after his wife and child died before pushing succession talks, pushing his daughter on the king, and then already having a plan to put Aegon on the throne before the king died.
The guy was making moves like way before, and like even though we don't listen to Damon about everything, he was 100% right about Otto. It's like, no, this guy, he's out looking for number one.
Oh yeah, and I think that's definitely the clear winner. I mean, you could even throw Damon as a nomination. He does some pretty bad stuff, killing his first wife and things like that. You can say the Sir Loras guy, like making this lady show him his feet all the time. But yeah, I think Otto is the one who's consistently doing some pretty villainous stuff.
I don't want us to forget about Laras. He killed his brother and his dad basically off of a lark, like, which is nuts. And the one thing the one thing I think Damon has for a lot of the bad things he does has kind of no consequence to them. So like they don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, and Otto's does.
I think had we been doing the show like we do the other shows across like 3 or 4 weeks, we definitely would have been able to spread it around to a few people. But just doing the whole season, I think it's got to be Otto.
Yeah,
that's fair. All right, Mark, this is the first time watching it. Out of 5, what is your score?
Do
you have kill counts?
Kill counts is 193.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Can't wait to see that number next year.
I think I'm sitting at a 4. I definitely like it. It's definitely kind of like where I think a lot of kind of Game of Thrones sits. I don't think it enters quite into that second tier Game of Thrones that we've seen from like season 3 or 4 around there, but it's pretty good. Like it's definitely better than a few seasons in mine.
Matt.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with Mark. I think there's only like really one 5-star moment in the whole season. And then there's some stuff that kind of drags it down. So I think a 4 is a really good rating.
That's bullshit statement, but that's fair. At least alone, Dragon burst to the bottom. That is no Valerian, and the ending where the dragon fucking eats that whole sequence of the dragon hunting him down, fucking fire. I'm 4.5. I rewatched it. I had a shit ton of fun with it. I think it's a very, very solid. I found moments I liked a little bit more. than I did before. I think it was just such a really cool like sequence. There's some problems, but also I just think like they had such a hard battle to do this season, and they fully convinced me back into it. So yeah, I'm 100%. I'm 4.5. So 4.25 is basically where we're going to reside on House Dragon. We'll see how it will probably be the last 4.5 of House of Dragon until we see season 3. Because I guarantee I'm not giving next season higher than that. Unless they added shit that that wasn't the first time I watched the show.
I guess it'd be interesting because this time you actually get to watch it all like in a week versus having to do it week to
that's
week.
Fine.
So
I have not done it since. Probably not.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch. Let me just tell you, Damon is one of the most fucking irritating characters in that season. So good luck to all watching. But on that note, we'll be back next week. Season 2, we'll rank it, and then we'll be back weekly for season 3. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Either you prepare Aegon to rule, or you cleave to Rhaenyra and pray for her mercy.